In today's video, we're going to talk about how to stand out and get hired in the community association management space. So I wanted to do this video to really support those wanting to get into community association management, or for those even wanting to switch from one company to the next. With the advancement of development here in South Florida, from condos and HOAs being built, our industry continues to grow. However, with the advancement of AI, getting an actual interview, a lot has changed. And what I've noticed is that many individuals just miss the opportunity to really stand out in the interview process. So I wanted to make this video to give you some tips on how you can stand out when interviewing. This video is for you if you're service driven, you love dealing with people, you're looking for a career where you can grow in an industry that's growing. Make sure that you listen to the tips because you're gonna find a ton of value in them. So the first tip I wanna provide, you may have heard it already, but I wanna emphasize its importance, is to research the company. In today's day and age, you have access to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms. So when you're being interviewed, one of the common questions is, have you heard of us, or what have you heard of us? Providing just a simple response of what they do, to me, is not sufficient and doesn't tell me that you would be a top talent. For instance, at Affinity, we have a YouTube page. You should already understand what type of content we do, why we do the content that we do. Understanding a website, do those core values align with your core values? That way you're not wasting your time or theirs in that process. A next tip is taking notes. It's important that in your interview process that you're making it very conversational. Of course, it's a little bit uncomfortable when everyone's asking you questions, but it's equally as important for you to take notes on those questions and also ask questions. I can't tell you how many times I've interviewed individuals and they're taking notes, and in the second interview, they continue to follow up or ask even more probing questions. Remember, in my opinion, it's not only them interviewing you, it's you interviewing them as well. This is a big decision for you, just as it is for the business, so you wanna make sure that you're both aligning. Next is to prepare to discuss different scenarios. So if you have your notepad with you, in that notepad, you should have scenarios of how you've dealt with individuals. If you're applying to community association management, but you don't have that experience, just knowing that you have problem-solving skills and how you've resolved problems from another industry and how it relates to this industry will give you the leg up on any other candidate that could be interviewing for a similar position. What management companies are looking for are not necessarily the exact experience that you're gonna be dealing with, but more of how do these things relate from another industry to your industry. As an example, if you're in a hotel industry, not the same industry, but very similar, how have you dealt with difficult individuals that either come to your front desk or upset? How have you turned those scenarios around? So by having a couple of those examples jotted down, when that question comes, you could just pause, take a look at your notes, and then be able to respond in a very eloquent way. Next is come prepared with questions. You shouldn't just be having random questions pop up. You want to ask the difficult questions to the individual that you're interviewing. As I mentioned earlier, you're just as much interviewing them as they're interviewing you. So do you want to understand, is there a non-compete that they would need to sign? Why is that important? Some organizations require you to sign a non-compete and it won't allow you to work in the industry any longer. Is that the kind of organization you want to work for? That's a decision you need to make. You want to understand what are the benefits. What's the support that you're going to get from your team members when you come to the property or when you come into the organization? What's expected from you 30, 60, and 90 days? Reason why you want to ask this question is you want to know that is the organization you're going to work for prepared to onboard you and prepare you to be able to succeed in that position. And lastly, it's my pet peeve, which I don't know if I'm a little old school, but we don't see it as much as we used to, is sending a simple thank you email. So every time you interview with someone, it's very important that one of the things you're noting is the email of the individual in case you haven't met with them before, or all the individuals you're interviewing, and sending a thank you email with a small recap of what your takeaway was for that interview and also at the same time creating that call to action of when the next interview will be scheduled. I can't tell you that when that occurs, it really speaks to the level of professionalism the person has. It speaks to their follow-up and follow-through. And those are things that really align with us at Affinity Management. So hopefully in this video, you've gained some valuable tips on how to be able to really stand out when you're interviewing within our space of community association management. So if you want some additional tips, or if you're looking for an opportunity in this world, please visit our website, managedbyaffinity.com. Make sure to click on that Join Our Team button, and you'll see all the positions that we have available. I'm looking forward to sitting down with you, hopefully having an interview and welcoming you to our team. I'll see you in the next video.